Over the most recent couple of days of the preliminary proof has been coming up to cause you to feel that Melly truly is a merciless man. Just yesterday, Melly had a breakdown in the court when arraignment showed one crazy proof we can't say without a doubt on the off chance that Melly will get the seat. Yet what we can say is that it's becoming doubtful unless that he's ever going to beat this case. Not long before the extended separate, some insane stuff went in the YNW Melly preliminary that got everybody talking. Everything revolves around this specialist who dropped a stunner and essentially nailed Melly in some serious difficulty. So here's the arrangement. The state guarantees that Melly and Portland arranged a hit-and-run assault to conceal their companion's homicides, Julian Sack-Chaser. Yet during the preliminary, this investigator came in and reproduced the entire scene for the jury. And think about what he reasoned, that the shots that killed them truly came from inside the vehicle, not from outside, as per the analyst Juby, had chance in the head at a short proximity from the left side. While looking ahead, they even delved into every one of the non-essential pieces of information about the entry wound and slug points. And everything, I must confess, it's damn persuading. Jerry's now found in the observation film showing Melly chilling in the back left seat of the Jeep, with Juve toward the front and Sack-Chaser in the back right seat. The clinical analysts affirmed that the two casualties were shot in the head from the passed-on side. So it's all beginning to add up. Yet hold up, is not all destruction and gloop for Scuffle presently. He's had several little triumphs. Also turns out the arraignment screwed up and didn't uncover a subsequent criminology report, which is a quite huge no, so the proof got avoided. With regards to the preliminary, it resembles a little triumph for Maliette. Hello, we should not neglect assuming that he's found blameworthy. He's taking a gander at a lifetime secured, without the chance for further appeal, or maybe even capital punishment. He's in a genuinely difficult situation for genuine YNW Melly murder case. He's going full speed ahead following an entire week off. And it seems as though we're in for one more month of this show. Definitely succulent subtleties simply continue to come. So there's this person named Travan Glass, who used to make beats for Iva Sack-Chaser. He's filled the beans on what truly went down at the studio on that critical night. Get this, he made a point to specify that he wasn't high during the consultation, despite the fact that he sort of wished he was not. I don't know, hello, I ought to. So this fella lets the cat out of the bag and notices that they had this legendary 12-hour recording meeting booked at the studio. Yet how about we be genuine here? They couldn't deal with the entire 12 hours. They began getting drained and resting. You know how it goes. And here's the kicker, they left the studio really late around evening time. Things were getting genuine insane. Now how about we discuss Melly, who you definitely realize the story. He's been checked blamed for shooting his experience growing up mates Sack-Chaser and Juve as a feature of some drive-by conceal. And get this, everything occurred after they went through the night at a Keep studio in Stronghold, Lauderdale, back in 2018. Those folks were tight party Melly's group, the Impact. It's a wild ride, my companions. Class the Maker let the cat out of the bag about what he found in the studio's reconnaissance tapes. He saw Melly and another rapper, Frito Bang, bouncing into a Jeep Compass into red Mitsubishi. The examiners truly believed that Frito should affirm, yet Fredo made it extremely completely clear some time back that he won't appear, and let the cat out of the bag. So subsequent to leaving the studio glass, and his group went to Melly's place, and afterward wound up at Frito's den to grieve there in France. Here's where things got fascinating. However, Glass saw that Melly put on something else, since the recording meeting prior that evening was Melly wearing a similar garments or unexpected garments in comparison to when you saw him at the studio. Do you review what he was wearing? Just had on certain shorts. Yet when they got some information about what went down at Frito's place, Melly hushed, guaranteeing he was too lost in distress to talk presently. How about we take apart this declaration, will we? It's damn dubious. I mean, why in the world would the two respondents put on something else and squander a decent 40 minutes cruising around, as opposed to going directly to the clinic to keep an eye on their harmed companions, assuming that they didn't have anything to do with the wrongdoing that isn't the way of behaving of honest people. Let me let you know it's like they're attempting to conceal their tracks. Concealing something some off-putting is most certainly happening here. It's causing a commotion, so during the preliminary there was an entire conversation about the telephones and where they were situated corresponding to where the projectile housings were found to reveal some insight into this. They brought this person, Imprint Moretti, an investigator from Miramar, who was all around this case indictment, still frantically attempting to interface Melly in the telephone to the vehicle where the supposed wrongdoing went down. Think about what this time they have a more soil to toss on milk. They're going all on a mission to get the most dependable gauge conceivable in regards to the area, yet here's what the technique depends on: telephone tower records. And you understand what that implies, right? It's not precise signs, so the guard could hop in and question the exactness of that data, very much as they did previously, yet stand by there's additional Bryce and Paul, the person who appears to have this inside scoop and direct data on this case. It's constructed a few additional subtleties on Twitter. This preliminary is getting wild. Analyst Moretti says the Yujubi cell was found in the back section of flooring of the right traveler. Back the subsequent tweet said investigator Moretti said Sackchaser's telephone was 100 meters from where the shell housings were found. Melly's telephone was 400 meters from where the housings were found. They're additionally happening about something many refer to as CDR records, which represents Carl Detail records. This master fellow was stalling down and makes sense of what that large number of segments mean in those records. It's sort of urgent in light of the fact that the examiner was attempting to show how that information was pertinent to the case. Gracious. And they raised Frito Bang. They were discussing him since he was in contact with Melly just when things went down with Juvian. Hang see, there's this association among Melly and Frito Bang's house and telephones. Nettily truly went to his home on the morning of the homicides. And think about what Sexmaker Glass affirmed that 2 Miramar, Florida, 33,029. I'm on my way right currently. Blood. It resembles all the unique pieces are meeting up. You realize examiner had more deceives up her sleeves. They raised Western Association. And a receipt with Melly's telephone number and name on it was one more method for pounding home the point that the telephone being referred to was for sure Melly's, and not another person's. Then things got a piece, confounding the examiner and criminal investigator. Moretti began jumping into different data of interest on the telephone. We should be genuine on the off chance that you're on the jury. It's difficult to get a handle on the full setting here. They referenced a wide range of subtleties. They didn't exactly appear to be straightforwardly connected with the primary concern of the examiner was attempting to make. Yet here's where it gets intriguing. I chosen to raise messages among Melly and Frito Bang. They were discussing cash and making arrangements for visiting, and it's like they were focusing a light on their monetary dealings and future endeavors. It wasn't simply messages from Frito that became possibly the most important factor. There was a ton of discussed message and telephone numbers being traded among Melly and different individuals, including a few quite huge names. The mission here was exceptionally perfectly clear, settled associations and thought processes. We additionally got a brief look at strain among Melly and his mother. Definitely they had their reasonable part of conflicts, and Melly let it all out and communicate in his disappointment. Things got significantly more serious when dangers were made by Juvie's sisters toward Melly's mother. Currently Melly's mother has got herself a protector. Let me let you know there is significantly more messages that truly made you pause and think. Did Nellie really do the unfathomable? Investigate this one, for example. It's about what Portland expresses out loud. Whatever Melly did, like a stunner hits you squarely in the stomach, he did one of the realest. Underscore. In my life, Clemson coming in to the groups of the casualties ain't keeping down the slightest bit. They're coming at YNW Melly with unfair demise suits. And we got a few succulent subtleties on all that oak. So Juvie's mother, Leandra Phillips, is going hard and fast. She's suing Melly and a lot of others for a great many bucks, guaranteeing they're the capable ones for her child and sax passings. And in addition to that she's colloquialism, they're bringing in cash off of two she's battling without holding back for equity. As per the claim, Toon and his group remembering 100K track for Portland, also known as Court, and Henry purportedly had a turned arrangement to kill these fellows and lift their own distinction and fortune off of it. Their even mythical serpent Melly's mother and Chief Jamie Ruler into this blend, saying they assisted cover everything up they're tossing with concealing at the free scuffle hashtag and claiming that they're benefiting from it. Some could feel that is a stretch more about helping Toon than straight up benefiting right yet. Hello, we get it, Joby's mother is lamenting, and she's betting everything on Melly. The claim additionally blames for malign to the police and deterring the examination their name in Travon-glass Jacoby plants and others as litigants, saying they took care of the police bogus information. Now, as you can envision, Melly's safeguard group is denying all that they're saying. There's no proof, and they owe no obligation to the offended parties. They're attempting to make some separation from this entire wreck. Get this, there in any event, contending that Juby was careless and halfway liable for his own demise. Discuss attempting to move the fault there. The case is going to preliminary, and the offended parties are requesting a jury to settle on the harms in the event that Melly turns out to be found blameworthy in this criminal preliminary. Could affect how much cash he must compensation out, yet who knows what is happening and will need to buck.